Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to go over the Isobo chest exercises. First of all, your basic bench press with the Isobo looks a little bit like this. Now when you're looking at it on video, what happens is you're going to pick this up and you're going to think, well, what is this and how does it even work? Because the Isobo only weighs 2.5 pounds. So what you're going to do is you're going to question yourself. On video, all you see is this motion. But when you really look at what it's doing, what you have is you have the sliders combined with the actual bands. And what happens is you can actually utilize the Isobo just like you would do any other gym exercise or anything without the benches. And here's what that looks like. If you start out wide on a basic bench press, you can start out here. Now the trick is you're engaging the sliders with the bands. Okay? Normally a bench press looks like this, but with the Isobo it looks like this. You take the sliders along with the bands and you press forward, okay? And as you're pressing forward, what it's doing is it's an isokinetic motion, which means that it's working the small muscle tissues. And when it works the small muscle tissues, what happens is it actually burns the water away from the muscle tissue much quicker than a traditional weight workout. So a lot of people, like Obi as an example, because he's a big strong fella, takes the basic bench and he can really hack it out like this, so he's really engaging the chest. But what I like to do is I like to keep the basic functionality of the basic bench press. I like to bring the sliders in together first with the bands, and I like to leave them in a certain position. And then as I press out, I actually don't move the sliders. I actually keep them right there in the same position. What it does is it isolates the chest, the pec, and what it does is it keeps the full motion, it keeps your chest contracted through the entire motion of the actual exercise. Now the beautiful thing about the Isobo is that this is a traditional bench press. But now what you can do is you can go right from a bench press into an incline press with just the shifting of your arms. So now here's what an incline press would look like using the Isobo. Same motion, remember you're engaging the sliders along with the bands together, or else you're just doing this, so don't be confused as you're watching this on YouTube. So you're taking this here, you're engaging the sliders, and again, what I like to do is I like to bring the sliders in and hold it, and then engage in the motion. As you're pushing, you're actually engaging the chest, you're engaging your shoulders, and you're engaging your core at the same time. So now that basically is your functionality for your incline press. You can do the same thing again by just a simple change of motion for pressing downward. So this would be like if you're in a decline bench press position. So that would look like this. It would be right here, and you'd be pressing down. Pressing down. What that's doing is that's lifting the pecs right up, getting you solid, getting that crease going in the middle of your chest, working your shoulders a little bit, your core at the same time. And I can promise you, with just a few of these repetitions, you're pumped up. So basically what it is you've got those three basic exercises for chest. Now what you can do for the chest fly is you can actually take this behind your back with the exterior handles. This is going to be the last exercise for chest. You balance the Isobo bar right behind your back. At the same time, what you do is you take the outside handles and you bring them in. And you bring them in. And you bring them in. Now what this is doing obviously is it's working the middle of your chest. It's kind of finishing out the chest exercises, and you get a basic idea of how the Isobo works for chest. That's it for now. Thanks for visiting us on YouTube, and welcome to the Isobo Gym channel.